Right, good afternoon everybody. My name's Glenn Smickersgill and I'm the CEO and Sales Director of SalePay. Effectively, SalePay are a payments company which gets involved in all types of different types of payment sectors and in all types of different industry values themselves as well. I don't know if you noticed, but this morning on GMTV there was Piers Morgan was complaining about the situation with regards to people going onto Facebook and taking on board lots of GDPR information and lots of worries that's been involved in the business. As part of our system and part of our operations within SalePay, we actually get involved in products which help with GDPR and compliance. So compliance, running a business and managing the cash flow is a very important part of any business. And what we have at SalePay is a solution which can help your business to be able to reach out to all of the other businesses that you work with to ensure that your business is profitable and you're giving everybody the opportunity to be able to take payments in as many forms as possible. Our product is designed to be, no matter what business you're involved in, is that we will be able to give you the ability to be able to take payments. So there's lots of industries that are involved in internet retailing. They're not necessarily frontline stores, which might do consumables such as groceries and things along those lines. There are lots of businesses that we get involved with that are involved in different vertical markets where traditionally banks don't have show much of an interest, particularly the larger the banks that are based in the UK who are front-facing. So we deal as a business with 168 banks, which goes from the main high street banks, which everybody's heard of: WorldPay, Elavon, Barclaycard. But we also deal with some of the banks as well who, as a business, that you may not have heard of, but they can actually help you to be able to take payments to enable your product to work properly. We work with all the card streams, so that's Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Diners Club and JCB. We deal in multi-currencies, so again, we work in sterling, euros, and we also work across the world. So we deal with places in Asia, America, Ghana, and all across Europe as well. So whichever your business is reaching out to, we have a facility that you will be able to process payments from your web environment itself. We also deal with alternative payment methods which come standard as our payment platform. So we work with Bitcoin, we work with PayPal, SEPA, and all of the other payments you can see on there as well. So effectively what we're trying to do is to ensure that your business can reach out to everybody across Europe and across the world to be able to promote and enhance your business. Now the thing that I mentioned earlier was that people at the moment, when you run a business, there's lots of issues that you've got. You've got to take care of your marketing. So most people are now using the internet, social media, as we explained earlier, with the issues with Facebook. You've also got to be able to ensure that you can receive payments from people, be accessible 24/7, and also you need to be able to be in a position where you as the business owner are in total control of all of your payment mechanisms and you're reaching out to your clients. So what we've developed at SalePay is a product and a portfolio of products which enables you as a business to be able to reach out to everybody, and for you as a business owner to be able to manage your business in the correct fashion. So, traditionally most businesses use the top line of what we've got here. So if you're an internet retailer and you do online payments, you'll normally deal with one bank, and normally in the UK that bank is WorldPay. So 1 in 2 businesses in the UK deal with WorldPay. You'll then have a facility where you will then want to be able to take the web payments. So in order to do that, you then need a gateway. And most people as a gateway have heard of the likes of SagePay and RealX Payments. And SagePay is basically a mechanism, a gateway, which transfers debit and credit card details and card details to an acquiring bank. The acquiring bank then check that you've got funds in your account. They then submit that account to you, make the payment to yourself as a merchant on a T+1 to a T+3 basis. For that, then, you as a business owner, what you then get is 2 statements that come into you. So the first statement is the gateway statement. The second statement is a statement that comes in monthly in arrears, in a batch payments, showing the transactions going into your bank. If as a business you then got a bricks environment as well, where you're actually selling goods in-house, there'll be other equipment that you'll require. So you'll require a chip and pin machine, an EPOS till, and the software to be able to run the EPOS till. So again, that's another 3 suppliers that are involved in actually providing you, the business owner, with the credentials that you need to be able to take payments from people. What we've done at SalePay is we've tried to simplify that product suite to be able to work with you as a business, to give you as a business owner the ability to be able to give your clients as many reasons to make payments to yourself, but also give you an easier life because of all the hassle that you have at the moment with regards to GDPR and PCI compliance. So what you'll see is that we have the Sales Vault product, and the Sales Vault product comes as part and parcel to yourself and is a standard solution which we deliver as a business in a box package to yourself. So what we do is we provide you with a full payment suite. So we give you a web payment page which enables you to be able to do recurring payments. We give you a thing called a virtual terminal, which is basically from anywhere with an internet connection you can log into a secure payment page, enter a username and password, and then you can take a payment of my card details through that system for yourself. We also do a pay by link, so if people don't want to give their card details to you over the telephone, what we can do is we can then send them an email, and the email then opens up a link, and then the link opens up a payment page itself, and they can then make the payment without giving you their card details, which is far more PCI compliant than you having to hold card details themselves. We have our own EPOS systems, which is, from your perspective, is a one-stop shop, and we reach out to a varying range of businesses. So we're involved in the retail sector, we're involved in hospitality, warehousing, general stores, and general day-to-day business. So we reach out to everybody else, but give you the ability to be able to check your stock control and get used to your inventory of monies. We also have MPOS devices, which are mobile point of sale. So we have a device which converts a tablet or a mobile telephone into a chip and pin device. The main ability about those devices that we run is that when you use something like iZettle or a PayPal device, you're looking at an expensive cost to produce the transaction. You're looking anywhere between 2.4 and 3.2% to actually have access to that payment facility. With ourselves, our device that we have now is accredited by the major first acquiring banks, and what we can do is we can give you standard acquiring rates to be able to take payments. So you're not paying a premium to be able to take a payment from a client on a cardholder present situation, and you've got a mobile collection point in your own phone itself. We also do provide the standard chip and pin devices. So within the UK there are 3 manufacturers that most people know, which is Ingenico, Verifone, and a device called Miura. So we supply those devices, but we also have our own devices as well, which are low cost to yourselves as well. So once you've got our particular payment facility, the SalePay payment platform, what that then gives you is a 100% omni-channel. So once we've taken one payment in any payment method, we can then take those card details, hold them on file, and put them into a situation where that card has been used and people can continue to pay buying your products from you without having to re-register their card details. So what we provide is the e-commerce, which is the website, which works with shopping carts, which I'll explain to you in a few moments. We do mobile payments, so we give you an app, which is an Android app or an iOS app, which you can use and be branded as your own product, which puts you up to speed and people can see that you're up to speed with e-commerce. We give you the point of sale terminals, as I mentioned, which is the hardware. We give you the pay button, the link button, and you can also pay by a QR code as well, which is very useful in restaurants. One of the projects we're on with at the moment is basically you can walk into a restaurant, you can scan a QR code at a table, You can make an order where you're doing that particular scanning on the QR code without talking to the waiter, and you can actually make the payment and make a comment on the quality of the restaurant itself. So again, it's using technology which is up to date with QR codes and the business to be able to put together a business model to your consumers to show them that you're up to date with everything. When it comes to e-commerce, there's lots of people that have already got an e-commerce platform and they're using shopping carts. So we have a list on the left-hand side of our shopping carts, but you also might have web developers who will develop the cart themselves. So within our gateway product, we have an API, which is an open API and has hosted forms and enables you to, if you're already working with a shopping cart, we can connect to that for you without any major development task that needs to be done. We have a facility of 90 developers that are based in the Punjab that work for ourselves, and we have no issues with regards to engaging and working with yourselves to be able to provide you with a solution that's already in place, to be able to help you and take more payment mechanisms as well. From a point of view with the m-commerce, again, that's developing solutions, and we also have our own POS terminals. The other two that you'll see there is that we do with the Verifone in Jericho and Mayura, but there's also a new device come out which is called a BB POS, and we have a SalePay device. Now the main thing at the moment is that the world is changing to a bricks and clicks environment where shops are wanting to have websites and they want people to go and do their own deliveries, and what they need is they need to have devices to be able to take payments. And what we need to be able to do is to ensure that when a payment's made, that it's done as a cardholder present transaction. So what we have is with one of our BP POS devices and our own device for chip and pin, is that it comes with an element where you have to put a PIN code in to accept the delivery. So you check the delivery, make sure that if it's a pizza that you've ordered or it's a box with some hardware inside it, you can check the delivery, you can then enter the PIN code to say that you're happy with that, and then you can then pay by card. So what that's doing then is it's turning the transaction from a cardholder not present to a cardholder present transaction, and you got the verification from the customer by the input of the PIN code that they're happy with the device, and what that's going to do is then reduce any cost of the actual any refunds that are being made. There's no chargebacks. Okay. So the capacity of the SalePay product is that what we've developed is something called Sales Vault, which is basically a merchant management system. Now the benefit to the merchant management system is that what we've done is we've put together the package of products that we provide you, which is the web page, the virtual terminal, the app, the pay by link, pay by telephone, pay by app. And what we can do is we have worked on an algorithm which enables you as a business owner to be able to log on from anywhere in the world with an internet connection, and you can see all of your transactions in one location from anywhere in the world. So what that's enabling you to be able to do is to see your cash flow in real time. There's no need for any manual reconciliation of any invoices or statements from the acquiring bank or from the gateway provider. All those are done in one central location which you as the business owner has access to, but also it has multi-levels as well. So there's other people that might be the manager that you want to give access to be able to see their elements of what's coming into the payment sector. We have live transaction reporting that you can see, advanced fraud protection, the wide range of payment solutions, the password protection that I've just mentioned. And one of the other things that we're trying to do, as I mentioned earlier, that what we do is reach out to 168 banks. With the 168 banks, they all have different appetites towards risk, and sometimes the banks change their attitude towards the risk itself, and they can refuse people who have already had a bank account with them to stop them trading. So what we've done is we've actually worked on an algorithm which is unique to SalePay. And what that enables us to be able to do is through our gateway platform is to be able to engage with more than one bank. And what we can do is we can also identify a card type. So we have a debit card, credit card, commercial credit card, American Express, JCB and Diners Club. So when a customer enters the 16 digits of their card type, within the 16 digits it identifies through what's called the PAN the actual card type that is. And what we can then do is send the transaction to the bank with the lowest cost transaction fee for that particular card type. So what we're doing is we're creating an environment where we're setting the banks to offer competition, but you as a business, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, you're mitigating your risk, and you're getting involved with businesses and banks who want your business. You don't want to be dealing with a high street bank, you need to be competing and setting the banks off against themselves. And lots of the banks that I mentioned earlier, like the likes of Borgen, Dector, Valitor, you've probably never heard of. Evo Payments, probably never heard of them, but they all actually have a banking license and acquiring license, and what they want to do is they want to win your business. But they don't necessarily employ a direct sales force. They don't have to pay them salaries. They don't have to pay them for a vehicle. So what that means is that the cost of acquisition to the bank is a lot less from using people like ourselves. So what we can then do is pass on that cost to you as a consumer and reduce your rates. Okay? So there's two areas that we've got involved in recently where we also have a facility where as a business, you've probably heard of PayPal. And with PayPal, basically what that enables you to do is then have an easy sign up, and there's no KYC required on the actual merchant themselves. They're accepted and guaranteed payments. So we've been involved in two businesses recently. One of them is called Easy Food, which is a partnership with Stelios, the chap that owns EasyJet. And what we put together is a proposition for restaurants and takeaways where you can basically use a product called Easy Food, and you can actually, what happens is that the restaurant actually takes back its power itself, it empowers its own business, and what it enables them to be able to do is we give the restaurant their own website, we give them an ordering app, we give them an EPOS till, and we give them a chip and pin device, and all that is branded in the name of the restaurant themselves, where they can then get 10,000 leaflets, and what they can then do is they can then reach out to their existing customers, bring them on board, market to them via the website, use social media, and manage their payments, and look at their payments and see where they all are in one particular place at one particular time. So that's a sector that we're involved in. So if you're in an industry or that you want to get involved where people can buy without having to have some underwriting, we also get involved in such restaurant trades, we get involved in sports clubs and associations, and we just entered into a partnership with a company called West Coast Distribution. Basically they're a 2 billion turnover business, and they supply hardware such as Apple Macintosh and Hewlett-Packard devices to lots of shops such as Staples, Costco, and so on and so forth. And what we've actually developed is a project which is called a business in a box. And what that product actually gives a person or a business is the ability to have a website that comes with as part of the package. You get a full payment solution, you get a chip and pin device, you get an EPOS system, an MPOS system. We give you a router which is GDPR and PCI compliant. So the GDPR takes care of your data protection. It sets up a separate network in the building which is for public Wi-Fi. We set up a separate network for private Wi-Fi, and we also set up a separate network which gives you PCI compliance. So at the moment, businesses are actually paying a non-compliance fee for not filling in correct paperwork for a chip and pin device. By taking on board our product suite, what actually happens is we give you the opportunity where we fill the form in for you 97%. We then speak to you over the telephone to ask you the questions to fill the other 3 questions. We can then send them to the bank, and what happens then is that you then become PCI compliant. So as a business owner, what we're doing is instead of having 5 separate statements from 5 separate suppliers, we're giving you all of your transactions, all of your payments in one central location. We're giving you a full payment suite. We're ensuring that you're PCI and GDPR compliant. And we've also done an integration with Xero Accounting, which means that we can send an invoice out from Xero to a customer. The customer can make the payment, and then that actually automatically comes into your back office accounting system without any need for any manual reconciliation. So as a business in a box, what you've got as a business owner is full ability to see the mechanism and how your business is working and how your transactions are being approved and how your payments are coming in. And we're creating a competitive situation against the banks, which puts you in a positive situation. So basically, that's sale pay, and that's what we do. And thank you for your time.